Hey everybody, I'm Angie Goff, and this is the Oh My Goff Show. For nearly 2 decades, I've covered big stories and big names, whether it was reporting from the royal wedding, the Super Bowl, or sitting down with the First Lady. There's one thing I know for sure. Behind every headline is a human story, one filled with ups, downs, laughter, and life lessons. Each episode will tap into some pretty incredible minds, people who've found true success in chasing their dream or changing the world. It's the story behind the story that I hope will inspire your own. This is the Oh My Goff Show with Angie Goff. Dave Jorgenson, who is not only a video producer, not only the resident TikTok guy of Washington Post, but also an author. Oh my God, he signed it for me. You're amazing. And thank you for joining us, Dave. I know we've met before and hung out with doing our show on Fox, Like It or Not.
But this is the first time I've done anything in person in over a year. My favorite thing about talking to someone is that just the quick reaction you can have.
Right.
And that the whole chemistry of that is totally off on Zoom.
I agree. That was my 3-second delay, because that's usually how it is, right? And it's so uncomfortable. Make a TikTok every day. 365 prompts for attention-grabbing TikToks.
Each chapter starts with an interview with a creator about that chapter. The ideas are all mine. A lot of them were just rejected ideas that I couldn't use for a newspaper TikTok.
So TikTok just took off for you. This was what, 2018 that you got on board with that?
Late 2018, I'm like, there's an app, and no one knew what I was talking about, which
Yeah.
is wild to think about. But even 2019, most of my coworkers had never heard of TikTok.
I think there's an old clip of me explaining on air what the Twitter is.
I will Twitter accidents that happen. And you can Twitter too.
Remember one time I talked about Twitter on air, and I got in trouble by my news director at the time for pushing another website opposed to
Really?
the station website. So how do you convince an institution like the Washington Post, I want to be the TikTok guy? How's that conversation go?
I think it was, there's luck involved with any version of success, but I think part of it was that I'd already been at the Post for at least 2 years at that point. So I'd already sort of shown that I could do some level of this. And like what I was doing before that was basically political satire comedy videos for our YouTube channels.
Difference between TikTok and Instagram and Facebook is that one post can change your life.
All you need is one really viral TikTok, technically. The crazy viral ones that get like 20 million views, that person picks up 1 million followers. It's crazy.
Hey, Carmela, do you want to pay instead?
Hey, Chris, do you want to get this one?
I kind of go between the two worlds of keeping it authentic, but also keeping it, polished enough for a newspaper.
All right, kids, we got some healthier meals for you.
Man,
You got a problem? Take it up with Michelle Obama.
what's her Snapchat?
Hey, kids, the Trump administration reversed all those rules, so here's some milk with fat in it again.
Yay!
Fatty milk.
Hey, kids, we're doing healthy food again.
Why?
A government study found that you were all way healthier for the years we had healthy food.
This sucks. Wait, why am I still in high school?
What's the favorite TikTok you've done so far? Do you have one?
Remember the sea shanty thing on TikTok?
Yes.
And I just related it to a story about Congress. It took about 4 hours, but it was the only time that I can remember where as I was making it, I was like, this is going to do well.
What's your best advice for someone trying to try this and to get into it?
I don't want to bring up luck again, but there is that level of like, if you're just shooting something that's really funny, it doesn't have to be this incredibly well shot edited thing. Like, it's just funny. And that's what's so great about TikTok is it rewards that authenticity. If it's interesting enough where you want to keep watching until you get it, that's even better. But I think it is just a level of being on the app enough to know what's going on. Like, if you look at, anytime I do use a trending sound on the app, or use a sound, I should say, it's a trending sound.
Se canceló la primera semana de pesos.
De igual manera, no vamos a estar de acuerdo con tu trato.
Está bien, voy a cancelar otra semana más.
Continuamos las negociaciones hasta que lleguemos a un acuerdo. Estoy dispuesto a llegar a un acuerdo.
See all these people giving tutorials like this is how you go viral on TikTok, and it's like use trending sound, post twice within an hour.
Right.
And are there any tips
I
and
don't really
tricks
buy
like that?
into. I think if you're gonna just post all the time, that does work. There's one of my favorite creators, and I'll give the caveat. But one of my favorite creators, her name's Melissa Ong. She goes by Chunky's Dead on TikTok, and her whole joke has always been quantity over quality, and like that's not untrue. But the thing about that is her posts are actually really well made, so it's sort of a joke.
Okay.
But what she's saying is like, if you just throw enough things, eventually something's going to stick. And maybe this is obvious, but like, and I said a version of this, but spend a lot of time on the app before you make something. You don't have to do this, but like spend a lot of time understanding what people like, what's funny. Because the other thing is that the For You algorithm is so good that
Yeah, explain what that is real quick.
So it's just like your newsfeed on Facebook or whatever, but it's called the For You page on TikTok. And
FYP.
FYP, hashtag FYP. People think if you put hashtag FYP, it does something, but it doesn't.
No.
It's all a lie.
Yeah.
But I actually asked someone to TikTok once. I was like, does this? And they're like, no, it doesn't mean anything. Okay, great. That algorithm is so smart that it tracks like the type of videos you like it very quickly. If you watch about, I would say 20 videos on TikTok, you're going to start getting things that interest you.
So you have a lot of suggestions in the book, right?
Right. Like one chapter is dance TikToks, one is alt TikTok, which is really weird ones, fashion TikTok, food TikTok, wholesome TikToks, which is like families that have TikTok accounts. And so all those interviews were so much fun because I just basically reached out to the people I liked already.
Who were some of the top ones that you interviewed?
The food TikTok person, Miriam. I actually don't know her last name. She wouldn't let me use her last name, but she's Miriam Cakes on TikTok, and she went to 5 million. Yeah, she was so fun and so interesting, and she's 19. And just like all these, especially the younger creators I interviewed, just had their life together. If you find a niche, like we were talking about, eventually some people will find it.
Because I'm not going to put it out here, but I have a secret TikTok account that I run. Okay. And no, it's not like OnlyFans. It's not like crazy like that. I have an obsession with a certain singer. I don't know if you know, like, it might be Dolly Parton. But it was crazy. Like, I started just posting these clips and stuff, and it was like, okay, now I have 20,000 followers all of a sudden. What would you say to someone who just feels that that they need to be on all these platforms?
I think for me, it's become I go back and forth on this too, so I think I have the same internal struggle. But my thing is that like my platforms that are best for what I'm doing, like content, so like my actual career or whatever, is TikTok and Twitter. And the reason Twitter works for me is because for whatever reason, I built a big part of the audience for TikTok on Twitter. I don't know, I don't think our young, teenager, 20-year-old audience from TikTok follows me on Twitter, but I do know that a lot of the people on Twitter that watch my TikToks have come to follow us on TikTok. And I do like that I have a little bit of control of the narrative there, where I post every TikTok immediately to Twitter after I post it, and I can give I can link to an article. I can add all kinds of information. I like to put behind the scenes footage, which I wouldn't be able to do on TikTok. I mean, I could, but then we just cloud up the feed a little bit. I like that I can put the backstory there. So it supplements what I'm doing on the app I actually like. But after that, I still have my Facebook and Instagram, but my Instagram's in private. And
really?
And I was a little bit reluctant, but I did that about 2 years ago.
Yeah, I requested to be your friend. You still haven't accepted. I'm kidding. No, I didn't.
I was like, I don't know how you find me.
I don't know.
It just says Dave. I mean, not at Dave, but
what I found also is that a lot of people will follow my IG on TikTok, and they see huge, for those that do go viral and do well, they find huge growth on Instagram from TikTok. So they kind of feed into each other.
A TikTok Instagram relationship is perfect because most things on Reels are still TikTok.
Yeah.
You'll see, and I'm not.
And I think they suppress, because I've done it. I've kind of tested it out.
Really?
If you post the TikTok video that has the stamp on it versus the actual video by itself, it gets more reach with the actual video opposed to having.
I totally buy that. And here's my conspiracy theory in addition to that, which is that, do you remember how the watermark used to be on the top corners? I think they moved it to the center because people were reposting their TikToks to Reels, and now you can't cut out the watermark. So I'm almost actually I haven't asked anyone at TikTok this, but it has to.
No,
be the
there's
case.
something there.
Yeah.
There is. So you don't batch things because everything is so timely. Because so many people will shoot a bunch.
Yeah,
on a
I batch
Sunday.
ideas. I'll have plenty of, and
what's that system look like? Do you just write it on your phone?
Yeah, it's just my notes app. And copy
What's on your notes app right now? Read it off to us.
What if I just try to make myself look like the USPS? Yeah, I have. There's some here too that I write at midnight. I don't one says Olympics audition.
So keep
reading. No, I'm just thinking about that, and I'm doing this is my problem.
Yeah, I have ADD too.
Yeah.
I always think about this. If my job was just to content create and not have to, anchor 3 or 4 shows a night and then also raise a couple kids and 3 dogs, then I don't know if I would be as stressed out as I am. Right. Or is that just kind of how our minds work? I just always feel like there's so much to do and there's so much I haven't done. And it's I don't have time to really appreciate stuff that I push out because
I think part of it is that if your personality is someone that creates content and is good at it, that also goes with if that already is your
territory.
personality, then that stress part comes with it. It's sort of the like,
Mm-hmm.
there's no really workaround. I don't know a lot of people who are like creating content daily and like
Sitting back,
able
kicking
to
up their
sit back.
legs and
yeah.
like,
I mean, this is the
and
closest
enjoy
I've gotten to it, which is that.
Yeah, how did
'cause
you?
I just do
How did you
TikToks.
write a damn book and do all that? It's just crazy to me that you're able to do all that. Are you gonna be the TikTok guy for the rest of your life?
I don't
what,
think so.
What other things do you want to do? Does this ever get old?
It doesn't get old, but I just, if there's something, the thing about TikTok was like I was just really excited about this new app, so I got into it. But if I see something else I'm excited about, I'll do it.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, right now it's fun. I have no exit plan.
Life is short and so are TikToks. So what are you waiting for? Get on it. The book is Make a TikTok Every Day. Dave Jorgenson. I'm gonna have to like try one of these. I don't even know what this is, but hashtag spandexercise. This is up my alley.
Your favorite thing, the hip sugar. Come on and shake that cute little booty of yours.
But it's funny you picked out that one because it's like sometimes you just have to make a TikTok that people aren't like. Exactly what I'm talking about, jazzercise, whatever. A lot of people on TikTok probably haven't seen a jazzercise video.
I think that I should do the Make a TikTok Every Day challenge and see if I can pull
would-
one off every single day.
I would love that. I would support you, and I would also be your advisor.